Hey, Chainsaw Canuck here. So yeah, back with the cheapest house in Alberta. So what I spent today is doing figuring out the electrical gremlin. Now there's one circuit that runs the kitchen light, the living room light, the bedroom light, the um, bathroom light. There's an outlet over here it runs, and it runs the lights in the shitty, crappy little mudroom. But anyways, I got things working. Yeah, the problem was in this box, we're getting a new fixture here. It's got Moret on the hotline right now. But yeah, that was, people had electrical tape instead of Moret's here and in the bathroom, so I'm gonna have to get some Moret's and properly fix them. Then what else is up today? We got to do a dump run. I'm glad we got lights working and the power out here. But yeah, just a little story about this house. So one day on Facebook, I just opened up Marketplace. The house popped up for $9,500. So my first thought is, you see a lot of that house to be moved. You know, house on a property, people want to try and sell it and get somebody to move it, which some people do. But so I emailed, it's like, does it come with is it freehold, like land? Because land is like, yeah, everything. Okay. Well, yeah. So the lady that sold it, I think she was pretty desperate for money, not for good reasons either. But anyways. So went through process. She expected the house to be sold like a selling a used car, bill of sale, cash exchange, and the handshake, right? But now I tried to explain it through lawyers, and even when buying it, she was like, "Oh, can we get a deposit?" Like, yeah, I'll give a deposit through my lawyer, and you're still not going to get the closing day. I didn't tell her that. I knew that in my head, but I just said, "Yeah," but like earnest money, right? But anyways, so we did all that. So $9,500 Canadian, I think that's like $6,800 US for this house and property. And it's like I said in previous videos, it's 7,200 square foot lot. It's a decent sized lot. But so we went to the lawyers. So they were selling for $9,500. So when we were at the lawyers, they pointed out how they owe $4,300 in back property taxes for 2 years. I think that's citations for not mowing the lawn. There's a lot of stuff added on there, and there's some of that was back water bills. So we're like, holy crap, like they owe a lot. And then so that combined with the lawyer and stuff, lawyers in Canada for real estate transactions, probably $800 Canadian for a simple transaction like this. Plus they didn't have a real property report, so they had to do title insurance, which I'm glad they did. I'll get to that in a second. But anyways, as we're signing papers with the lawyer, which we used when we sold our house too, Owen, he's a good guy, and he said they paid $40,000 for this house 2 years ago. I'm like, what? They're taking a hit? I mean, yeah, it needs a new furnace, it needs a new hot water tank. I had to do a 15-minute plumbing fix. I had to find that electrical gremlin. And there's other stuff I'm going to do, but that's, because I want to. Yeah, so they paid $40,000 for the house, and then sold it for $9,500 2 years later. Like, that's crazy. And the other thing about that is too, I'm glad they got title insurance. We would get gas hooked up. And here in Smoky Lake County, gas bills are tied to the address, not the person, which is kind of stupid, but it is what it is. But they owed $1,600 in back gas bills. It's kind of crazy. I'm sure somewhere they owe electrical provider a couple $1,000s too. But it's just kind of unreal. Like, what's the thought process there? But yeah, so anyways, we're gonna get the gas hooked up, water. I have to be here on Wednesday to get the water hooked up. It'd be nice to be able to use the bathroom. And then I got over to furnace and hot water tank and install those, which will be a bit of it'll be a long day. But yeah, so we got this house cheap, like almost free, and they got nothing for it. They spent $40,000 on it 2 years ago, and if they're lucky, once because when we do that clean through title insurance actually go after them. They're probably not gonna get any money. Let's say if they did, that's another $1,600. So they sold this house basically for $3,000 in their pocket. More because they're not probably ever going to pay the title insurance people when they come after them, because they just disappear into the reserve. But yeah. But anyways, I hope everyone's having a great weekend. We've got more to do. We've got to do a dump run and stuff like that. But yeah, take her easy. Bye.